the head coach, Ginger High, Colvin. And, Coach, I don't know where to start. I'm just going to say survive in advance.
Listen, I kept telling everybody they were no pushover. I'm a Raider. I watch a lot of games. This game, when Providence popped up, I knew we had our hands full. And everybody looks at them as an 8 seed, and everybody's talking, they lost so many games in the last. They are no pushover. The Frontier League is incredible. Their point guard, their post, they're very well coached. And I knew that we were in for a dogfight. I kept telling our kids we were. And now maybe they'll listen to me. But survive in advance. It's a national tournament. I think everybody got accustomed to us going out and just blowing everybody out, or not blowing everybody out. I shouldn't have said that. It's easy wins. We've had our last few wins have been easy wins, and I think everybody just thought we were going to walk in and do that, except for Jordan Durham, and that kid played one of the best games I've ever witnessed today, and she didn't want to leave, and she showed it.
She finished with 40.
I wondered how I felt like she had 100.
She finished with 40, 14 of 18 from the field,
yep.
12 of 13 at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
There are no words to put her performance, into context. Yeah. You can't really do it. I thought it was funny though when you guys won the Mid-South Conference. I talked to Madison Stewart. I said, "What about Jordan Dorm? She was special today. How do you stop her?" And she said, "I've not met anybody who can." And here today, not to say that there aren't those people out
mm-hmm.
there, but Providence just didn't really have an answer for her.
No, they really didn't, and they've got a good game. I hate that their kid went down at the beginning. You don't want to see any kid get hurt, but when she did go down, I knew that we had a little bit of an advantage going in there, but they still made plays. Their point guard is outstanding. I'm sure she's probably a candidate for All-American. And like you mentioned to me, this team has beat 6 teams in the top 10. This is not they're just not an 8 seed. The reason their record is what it is because they're in the Frontier Conference. The Frontier Conference has to play each other 3 times apiece. So it would be the equivalent of us playing at home once and going to Lindsay twice. And their travel's crazy. It's just I can't say enough about what that conference goes through. And they have a little bit of not a home crowd, but they're Montana people, and they're going to cheer for their own, and I don't blame them for that. But we survived that one, and we're fortunate enough to get it over with. And Jordan stepped up huge today, and maybe somebody else will step up huge for us tomorrow.
And how about Shyla Calvert? Caitlin Hall fouls out, and I mentioned she had kind of a rough week, a little under the weather, and different things, and she had to handle that overtime late in the fourth quarter.
She did.
What
you
a job.
Put a kid in that pressure-packed situation, that just says a lot about Shyla and what she does for us, and what she did defensively. Shyla did a great job. In our 4 late, and I was really, really proud of her. I thought Kaiser came in and hit a big 3 late. We forced some stuff early. We just weren't in rhythm, and I'm hoping now we've got our feet wet, and maybe we have our attention, but we didn't rebound the ball today at all. We were just on our heels, and we can't win games if we don't rebound, and we've got to do a much better job with that.
Coach, today you hit big free throws down the
mm-hmm.
stretch, or you left a couple on the table, but some of those kids going up there in big spots, and Kaiser finally hits those 2 to give you a little bit of separation. And I know you never want to go to overtime and play the extra minutes, but it was important to get that win, because whether it's overtime, 5, 6, 7 overtimes, whatever, you can't you don't move on.
You can't look ahead. It's one game, and it's one game at a time. And like I say, I feel like this maybe has woke us up a little bit. I hope. It's not a game. I didn't anticipate us coming out and blowing Providence out. I can tell you that. Anybody that's talked to me knows that this game worried me, and it worried me a lot. So to get that win here, and just like I say, to get our feet wet and to be able to move on is a plus for us. But we've got to improve. We've got to rebound the ball tomorrow.
And we had a late night text on Tuesday. You said, when was I going to tell you Providence hadn't lost in the first round?
Yeah.
They have now. Right. You got that done, and unfortunately, though, no rest for the weary. You'll come right back tomorrow evening and be a matchup with a Talladega team you've seen several times over the last couple of years. Did not play them this year, but that's a really good bunch Coach Harrod has.
It's a team that's beat 2 teams in our league. They beat Shawnee at Shawnee this year. Lindsay traveled to Talladega, which is a really, really tough place to play. So they've got two wins in that, but they're an athletic team. They press, they get after it. So our guards have got to be really good tomorrow, and they rebound the ball really well. So we've got to go in make sure we come in and do our job on the board and do a better job. They played very well against a really good Menlo team today. We had watched a lot of Menlo and a lot of Talladega, but Menlo has been playing extremely, extremely well, and Talladega just took it to them. They didn't just beat them today. They beat them handily. So we've got our hands full tomorrow.
Coach, congratulations on this one. We'll talk tomorrow evening.
All right, thank you.
Coach Ginger High, Colvin and the Lady Tigers advance in overtime as they knock off Providence here this evening. Final score 89-84.